Hello again, big weekend of football coming up. Charlie Nicholas has joined me to take a look ahead. It's an important time for Manchester United, isn't it, Charlie? Bearing in mind what happened to them in midweek against Manchester City. Would it be over-egging it to call that performance embarrassing?
Oh, no, I thought it was embarrassing. I really did. I mean, to rescue a goal near the end with Rashford is, Man City took the foot completely off the pedal and just let them back into the game in a soft way. But I was ever so embarrassed watching Manchester United. And those are the type of games when I watched it, I thought Solskjaer has to win this weekend. Because the fans were starting to go against it. And whereas before he might be a Manchester United legend as a player, but now when the results and the performances as embarrassing as that,
and in a way, dangerous. The last game he would want this weekend is against Norwich, bottom of the table, because that would be humiliation.
Well, even if they don't win it, it would be humiliation. This is a must-win scenario for Ollie, and there's no doubt about that. Because I can actually see probably some of the crowd drifting away again, like they did under Van Gaal. And it's starting to feel that way again. Relying on pace and counter-attack football is not Manchester United. Manchester United dominant side. This 6 months ago, or maybe even 12 months ago, absolute banker of the weekend. Not anymore. Norwich are sitting in there. Cantwell and Pukki, we know, are very good players. But Manchester, it's a must-win game. And
you get the impression as well, there are lots of stories coming out of the Manchester United camp, which years ago didn't happen. We had the ongoing Pogba stuff, but now Ashley Young moved to Italy, being blocked. Jesse Lingard signing up with, so-called super agent Raiola, who'd said Manchester United are a club that could ruin Maradona.
Well, it gets to that stage where everybody's they're getting left behind. They've got left behind as a club, which is unusual for Manchester United. We didn't think it could stoop this low. And they might say, yeah, well, what, the seventh in the table, I think, at the moment, but you just don't see them winning too many games the way it's coming. You don't know who's going to come in. This is a transfer window where I would anticipate Manchester United. We know they've got money. Whether they want to spend it or not is not the issue. Or are they not going to give any money to Solskjaer? This is what's all breaking down again. And Manchester United are slumbering. And can they really get the superstars that they once had? Because I would be looking the opposite, Jeff. I would be looking at trying to sell Pogba. Now, he's injured now, so his value goes down. I'm looking to see who goes out rather than who comes in.
I mean, bad week for Manchester United, but equally for Everton. I mean, Carlo Ancelotti's honeymoon has been one of the shortest on record.
The only thing I could picture when I seen Liverpool schoolboys beat them the other night was the fact that if Duncan Ferguson would still have been in charge, what would his reaction have been? Because it would have been so aggressive towards the players. He would have told them a few home truths. All right, they missed a few chances in the first half to go in front, and it does change the game. But I thought they were absolutely pathetic in the second half, and no wonder the Everton fans are screaming and watch reaction. I think it may be my game tomorrow, but I tell you, if they don't start well in the first 10-15 minutes, oh my goodness, they're going to know about it.
And it begs the question as well, and Everton fans will be desperate to get players in the transfer window. They spent a fortune in recent years. What quality of player are they going to get in? Are they going to rely on old pals acts with Ancelotti?
Well, I mean, you're saying that. I don't know who they can go and get. I mean, if you're sitting there going, well, we're kind of mid-table now, we've eased the strain a little bit. But Ancelotti is a man who probably gives players their own kind of way of doing things. He won't really be harming them. He might drop them. He might have to drop a few for this game against Brighton. But at the same time, you go, what type of reaction must this be? But this will tell us everything on Saturday. If the reaction is poor and they suffer again, then not only is he going to feel the strain of it, but what does that mean for the transfer market? I don't think this Everton team can buy their way out. They spent a fortune in the summer.
Meanwhile, of course, Liverpool's first choice team go to Tottenham. Tottenham without Harry Kane. Would Jose Mourinho in a home game for Tottenham against Liverpool, Charlie, would he dare to go back to parking the bus?
Yes, I think he has to. In all honesty, I think he has to. So Josie said something last week that, if you remember, we always get on the Saturdays, and it's usually, I don't make injuries an excuse. Last week he said, we're in trouble because we've got injuries. And I thought, here we go, camouflage it and do it. Look, the structure to try and pin down and stop Liverpool as a force is incredibly tough. But he must park the bus in the wide areas. That's where he'll be parking the bus, in my opinion. Because these two full-backs, when they go, you're in trouble. Now, even when you go and squeeze them, Jeff, both full-backs, they can ping it 30 yards, they can ping it 60 yards diagonal. So it takes out that squeezing game. But he will have to play like an away team in this scenario. And I think his fans will actually accept this because they don't want to be pinned in there. And I think they'll need to, this is not a strong Spurs defence. Mane's pace and the two full-backs, they're the dangers all over the pitch for Spurs. I think he will park the bus.
Now, I've been asked by some Aston Villa fans, Charlie, to take you to task.
Right.
Because you predicted Aston Villa 0, Manchester City 5 this weekend.
Yeah.
This is a Villa side who put up a terrific performance against Leicester.
Yes, they did. Absolutely no doubt about it. I don't deny that at all. But I've seen Aston Villa often enough to say that they're not the real deal at the back. You can get at them. I think they rely too much on Grealish. And yes, the way that they cushioned in and defended in their organisation, I have to say the manager and the coaches got it absolutely bang on at Leicester. Should have seen it out, but he didn't. My twist in this is, when I seen recently Raheem Sterling, I look at him and I think, is he off form? Or is he just missing chances? And he's still playing well, he still wants the ball, and I think somebody's going to get hiding off him. And this is why I've gone for this. Because I watched him at Manchester United, he could not hit a barn door. He could not get anywhere close to getting a goal. Someone's going to pay. And sadly, sorry Villa fans, but I think it's going to be Villa.
OK. Charlie, we're just going to finish with a bit of a game. OK. We're going to look at the likelihood of players leaving during the course of this January transfer window.
Right.
And I just want a number from you. If you give me 1, that means they're very, very, very unlikely to leave. A 10 means they're absolutely nailed on. OK?
Right.
So we've got half a dozen here. Christian Eriksen of Tottenham.
10.
Jack Grealish.
8.
Wow, that's high. Paul Pogba.
3.
James Maddison.
Oh, my goodness. 3.
OK. Pogba and Maddison staying then. Olivier Giroud.
10.
OK, he's on his bike. Jesse Lingard.
9.
He could be on his bike as well. Thanks, Charlie. Me and him. It's a 10. We're out of here.